come down into Graham Hill Bend. That's Annie Templeton just ahead of us. So Anthony's joined right at the back of the... Oh, and there's cars off all over the place. Anthony sneaks his way through the middle.
Well, Tim's got all the experience in the world.
Oh, we've got a problem at Paddock Hill Bend. Sorry, Chris, but cars off all over the place. There's Mark Thomas bouncing into the barrier. He was involved in that battle for third in the production class.
Well, there you can see there, Boardman just getting slightly out of shape down the hill out of Paddock Hill Bend, tags Thomas in the rear. He's into the barrier, but there's smoke pouring from the BMW too.
Coming down to clearways, doesn't really look close enough to try and challenge. Gets on the brakes, the car doesn't want to slow down. Oh, he's off, and he's into the tyres. Oh, and it's as he comes through Paddock Hill Bend. Oh, and there's another accident. Paul O'Neill hits the barrier. Same place we saw Mark Thomas off earlier on today.
Well, here we have a great view there, the rear of Tom Chilton's car, but look, 3 cars ahead. Paul O'Neill tries to shut the door going into Druids, gets turned into the barrier. Everyone avoiding the action there, and well, here we see a big impact there for Tom Chilton.
So Tim Harvey in the lead in the Peugeot. Look at Warren. Oh, he's hit him. He's hit Matt Neal. There, he's got going again. I thought he was going into the gravel track.
You can see Warren Hughes just tags him on the inside. A half-hearted manoeuvre there, but Matt Neal kicks his foot down.
Spencer Marsh off into the gravel trap at Druids.
Stuff there from the Vauxhall team.
Tom Boardman and Mark Thomas. Oh, Thomas has got it all sideways again. Well, he is a former rallycross racer, you know, and that was some great car control. And we've got a car off. That's John B&Q off at the top of the hill.
Yeah, here we see the replay. There's John B&Q. They seem to sort of cross each other. Now he has a huge helicopter 360-degree spin. Yeah, here we are on board with David Leslie, who's following this incident. And there, Danny just loses it. He does turn in a bit late, but normally you have understeer there.
Says what happened?
Yeah, well, here we see it's Annie Templeton and I think Mark Thomas seem to make a contact there. And then Mark Thomas spears across the track to the right and collects poor old Gavin Piper.
Oh, look at this battle going on. Matt Neal now trying to get past Warren Hughes. Oh, he's hit him. Oh, into the barrier, down at Knickerbrook, and swings round, rips off the front of the car.
Yeah, here we see Matt Neal on board camera, really close behind Hughes in the MG. He just misses his braking point. Hughes brakes earlier than the Vauxhall. We know the Vauxhall can brake late, plus being so close in that slip.
As the leaders come into the complex now, it's Muller ahead of Thompson. Oh, that's Warren Hughes. Warren Hughes completely sideways. I think he might have had a little bit of help there from Tim Harvey, but what a recovery.
And here we see the replay of the start there. It's a typical start line incident. 4 cars trying to go into one. Templeton there, 2 Alfa Romeos of Saunders.
Oh, and Phil Bennett's got off. Phil Bennett sliding, or has he got off? No, he saved it.
That's a really scary place to lose it.
Remember Anthony Reid a little further behind. Oh, the leaders have hit each other. Muller's hit the back of James Thompson. Muller really losing a bit of time under pressure from Matt Neal. Oh, in fact, he's gone wide. He's gone right off the track. And he's heading for the tyre. It doesn't seem to be anything he can do about that. As he comes up to lap them all, and Kay's had a little tap there from Piper. Piper goes for it. It doesn't work. He makes contact, and it's Piper who ends up spinning out. And it's Ivan Muller with the advantage. James Thompson trying to settle back. Oh, and we've got a spinner at the top. That's Tom Chilton. Oh, and he's been hit by one of the yellow Hondas. A big accident at the back.
Yes, that's happened at Noble. Very quick corner. Here we are on board with Marsh following Fuller Love. And Fuller Love there just misses Chilton. Only just, but it's Marsh who hits Chilton. Very unlucky.
It's very close together as they come out of the complex. Up towards the left-hander, and there's a bit of smoke. Oh, and Kate's in trouble. He's lost it. The back end gets away from him, and he's on the grass.
Yeah, very strange. Looks like some sort of technical problem.
What's going on here? Big squeeze. Oh, and contact with Reid. Turkington. Matt Neal is out of the way. Prio just avoids it. Oh, let's have a look.
And here we are on board with Matt Neal. Gets badly bulked there by Steve Wood. Eventually gets back on the par, but he's lost a massive amount of momentum. You watch on the left-hand side. There's Reid. Gets fantastic run out of the corner. Starts to squeeze Neal, but Neal has nowhere to go because Turkington's come up the inside.
Are both mired there in the midfield, and we've got a battle here going on. Spencer Marsh gets hit by Tom Boardman. Oh, and does he get it back? That's quite a bit of correction going on. Bumps over the grass. Yes, he has saved it, but he's lost a lot of places. That left front's not working very well. And another production class car in trouble here. This is Graham Saunders, who's had a spin up at Beckett's by the looks of things. Now, James Kay on the left, trying to attack Kelvin Burt. Kelvin, there's a bit of contact there between the two of them. Boa and Kay's gone sideways, and he gets into a big slide, spins it right round. I think Kelvin Burt survived. Yes, he's gone wide, but let's take a look in the background. There he is running wide.
Yeah, well, here he comes out of the paddock bend, and there just gets a wheel out on that outside curve, just loses the grip.
Our race leader is Matt Neal, James Thompson. Oh, battle for third, Howell versus O'Neill. And they've gone right out to the edge. And look at Leslie. Leslie's nipped through, got some sort of problem.
Yeah, so we're on board here. I just think O'Neill probably just didn't have enough of his car in front.
Watch his charge as James Thompson also having to come from the back.
Of course, Thompson's got a lot to do to get past this traffic. And there in front, Saunders just loses it into that tricky.
Yeah, Slight's gone inside Leslie at the first corner and not really given David any room, and then cut across him. And
in the background, let's see what happened.
Yeah, Prio spins through the chicane. I think this is lap 1, and it's possibly a standard front-wheel drive problem, which is the rear tyres stay cold for longer than the fronts. And
let's take a look here.
Yeah, it's O'Neill following Bennett, dives very late into the hairpin. It's not really on that manoeuvre there. It's a very tight corner. Yeah, and he cuts the corner there. I think we can safely assume that he damaged the sump possibly on the curb, cutting the corner, and there you see the oil burst into flames. Fairly spectacular.
A spectacular exit indeed for Paul O'Neill, and of course it's laid a lot of oil down on that part of the track, and here comes Carl Breeze going through that. He didn't know where to go, did he? Complete smoke screen and a slippery track. No chance. And Hughes looking for that way past the Export Astra. On board with Warren. Up to, oh, he takes his rear bumper off as they turn in. Oh, and bang! Hattie Brio, where did he come from? He launches himself down the inside of Warren. And in fact, Brio's had his rear bumper taken off by Anthony Reid. Runs a bit wide on the exit. Oh, he's run very wide. In fact, he's on the grass. It's his second and I think third as well to Dave Allen. Morrison's gone off. Alan Morrison crashing out, and that's on the exit. Well, let's see what happened here. We're on board with David Leslie. Can't see Slight at the moment. Bennett's just ahead, turning. Oh, there's Slight, straight into Bennett.
Well, I think Aaron was having his own accident there, and Bennett just got in the flight path, and he's just locked up a little bit, braking late, and he's off.
Out, Eves coming in. He gets the signal to come back out. Eves is coming down the pit lane. Oh, and they make contact. They make contact coming out of the pits. Oh, he dives down the inside. Can he get it turned into the hairpin? Yes, he can. Makes it round the outside. Oh, they make contact. Turkington gets spun round onto the field on the inside. And I don't think there's much chance of getting out of there.
He's well and truly stuck here. We're on board again. Turkington very quick into the hairpin. Slides past the Astra of Aaron Slight. Oh, that's a big impact. I don't think Aaron Slight was very happy about being overtaken there.
Touring cars. Now there's Chilton's teammate Aaron Slight. Warren Hughes coming up behind him, and in fact going past and way past, sailing past into the gravel again. Holding on to fourth currently. Matt Neal chasing it. Oh, Boardman's on the curve. Round she goes. Alan Blenko takes avoiding action. Beautiful piece of ballet there from Tom Boardman. So Matt Neal's up into fourth. Paul O'Neill now up to fifth, and Prio leading, but he's got into a big tank slammer here. Oh, and he's in big trouble all over the place. But watch out for James Thompson, he's right behind them. Look at Colin Turkington. Oh, Turkington, there was contact there between Colin Turkington and Matt Neal, and Turkington's gone off into the barrier, and it looks as though his race is run already on this opening lap of the sprint race.
Yeah, here we are on board as we turn into Graham Hill Bend, and there is Matt Neal. He just catches the back of Colin Turkington's car there and just keeps that position, and Turkington doesn't realise he's there, tries to regain the line as he turns into
main championship rival. This is what happened to Dave Allen.
Yeah, he came there out of Graham Hill Bend, just bounced off the inside of the curb there. That was enough to unsettle the car, and around it goes.
So something's happened. Let's take a look back here.
Oh, here we are on board with Norman Simon into paddock. There on the left is Chilton going off, and there just when we look back here on board with Anthony Reid there, does Turkington just outbreaks himself and hits Thompson. Thompson's very lucky.
Alan Morrison is in the battle there with David Leslie, and he's going. They come through Graham Hill Bend side, and they've made contact, and Leslie spins out. Oh, he's into the tyre barrier on the outside in the Proton. End of race.
Yeah, here we are on board with Morrison as he dives down the inside of Leslie. Leslie seems to leave himself a bit of room there to let Morrison through. Big impact there as he...
Up the hill towards Druids. It's going to be close run thing into the corner. Oh, and Muller's locked up. He's taken Thompson off. He's taken him into the gravel.
That is an amazing incident that really shouldn't happen. And there's Piper there braking as he goes into Druids and leaves the door a little bit open. Simon there sees an opportunity, tries to tuck down the inside, and there tags Piper and just spins him right round. Well, that's touring cars for you.
Oh, and this is more touring cars. Where's Tom Boardman? And there's been contact there. I think that was Paul O'Neill he was rounding the hairpin with. Oh, and Tom, you can't carry on with your front wheel waving around like that. got to get it back to the pits, I guess. Let's see what happened.
Yeah, that was quite, it looks quite, I shouldn't really laugh, but that's really Keystone Cops with that sort of front axle spinning around there. Yes, contact there.
And that looked like a heavily damaged car. Here come the leaders into McLean's. Thompson on the inside of Muller. Oh, he hits him. Muller's pushed a bit wide. He gets back on, and take another look at that from onboard Aaron Slight. It was Leslie who got sideways. Slight then moves up to the outside, and then there's and it all gets a bit too tight there. I think Leslie might have been pushed across, and bang, big impact with the wall there for
Having to be a little bit more circumspect.
O'Neill, he's hit Howell. Gareth Howell and Phil Bennett was involved in that as well, but what a move that was from Thompson.
And there's another accident there. That's Graham Sanders going off in the Alfa Romeo at the old Hairpin. That's quite a big accident.
I mean, what happened to him? He was just an innocent victim there. In the instant we saw him go out down at the Hairpin, that was Graham Saunders' crash. And that, I think, that car won't be making it back out for the feature race.
Because it looks like he's obviously got some sort of braking problem. There, the rear of the car locks up and he just spins him round.
Andy Brio leads battle for second. Here comes Ivan Muller. Muller has to go for it now. He's got down the inside of Matt Neal. Bit of door rubbing. Oh, and he's gone sideways. Neal hits him in the door as well. Muller not really giving Matt Neal into the S's. Look at Anthony Reid next up. Then it's Ivan Muller. Paul O'Neill. He hits Paul O'Neill. Oh, and Tom Chilton. Tom Chilton hits the wall. And Reid certainly showing that ruthless streak here. Oh, and Howell's made contact with Reid. Howell goes off into the gravel trap. Fellow MG driver, the two of them have had it coming together.
Here we are on board with O'Neill, and we'll see what happens here. Really, it's a question of Howell there, really trying to go around the outside of Reid.
So we'll have to see whether he gets out ahead of Brio when he's made his stop. Boardman under attack here from Spencer Marsh, who gives him a little helping hand. And Tom goes off. He gets it into gear straight away. Oh, he hasn't quite got it sorted out. Not supposed to be doing donuts out there to entertain the crowd, Tom. You're supposed to be racing.
Yeah, it's a bit over enthusiastic there, but